To Andy Galvan, Blessed Junipero Serra is worthy of his devotion and worthy of the title of saint.
Junipero Serra is a saint. I've just been waiting for years for the church to declare it officially. In other words, I believe he lived the life of a holy person.
Junipero Serra lived his life as a missionary, carrying the message of salvation to the shores of the Pacific. Having established the first 9 Franciscan missions dotting the coast, Junipero Serra is also known as the founding father of California.
Faith, hope, charity, justice, temperance, fortitude, prudence. Every Christian is called to live those 7 virtues. But to be considered for sainthood, one must live those 7 virtues to a heroic degree. So that's the first scrutiny that Junipero Serra needed to pass, and he passed that with flying colors, that he lived the life of a saint.
But California's soon-to-be first saint doesn't come without controversy. To some, Serra embodies the system that promoted the massive cultural genocide of Indians.
Junipero Serra is a scapegoat for not so much people complaining about Serra, but for people complaining about the Catholic Church and the institution known as colonialism. He's a rallying point, a focal point. And so with any situation, here in California, when the price of gas is good, I yell, "Hooray, Obama," when I'm at the gas pump. When the price is high, I blame it on the president. Even though he may have had nothing to do with it, whoever's at the top of the system gets the credit or the blame. The same thing in California with our missions. Anything that's good that happened, Father Serra gets the credit. Things that went bad or poorly, he gets the credit even if they happened 50 years after he died.
To Galvan, a descendant of tribal members from the San Francisco Bay Area and some of California's first Christians, the church should focus not on its past, but the present and what it can do better.
The opportunity is, how can the Catholic Church respond to the criticism received by many individuals as to how the Catholic Church is treating people today at California Missions, and specifically the California Mission Indian descendants. And that's the important thing, is to tell the modern day story. Where are Indian people today? Because these missions were built by Indians. They were used by Indians. Junipero Serra and his companions intended the Indians to remain at these missions. But if you come to a California mission, there aren't Indians all over the place. So one of the opportunities that the bishops are looking at in California is, how do we include Native peoples at a mission? How do we interpret the history of Native peoples in the past, in the present, and especially in the future?
Blessed Junipero Serra will be canonized by Pope Francis on September 23rd in D.C. Andy received his invitation today, and he says it's a day he wouldn't miss for the world. Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.